Ladies and gentlemen, the work week. I'm your low-energy host, Andrew, and this is Crypto Espresso, your teeny tiny daily shot of caffeinated crypto headlines. Jeez, I need another Crypto Espresso. Oh, that's a little bit better. Maybe one more. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready to dispense the news. First up, Sam Bankman-Fried said he will testify in front of Congress about FTX's collapse. Representative Maxine Waters, who chairs the U.S. House Committee on Financial Services, has invited him to appear on December 13th. But the embattled crypto entrepreneur says the date may be too early as he wants to finish learning and reviewing what happened. None of this has stopped him from giving multiple ill-advised media interviews about his exchange's demise. Some have accused Representative Waters of being overly friendly with SBF, and others wondering why she hasn't just issued a subpoena. Meanwhile, Coinbase's CEO Brian Armstrong has said SBF's claim an accounting error was to blame for $8 billion going missing should not be believed. It's stolen customer money used in his hedge fund, plain and simple, he tweeted. The shockwaves from FTX's collapse are still being felt, but there's good news for FTX Japan customers, as withdrawals are going to begin in short order. This is achievable because this business was already heavily regulated, and there was no commingling of funds with Alameda Research. Not everyone is so lucky, though. Elsewhere, the Financial Times have reported that Genesis owes $900 million to customers of Gemini, the exchange run by the Winklevoss twins after it was wrong-footed by FTX's collapse. Genesis had been serving as the main partner of Gemini's Earn program that enables retail investors to receive interest on their crypto savings. CoinDesk says the financial black hole at Genesis could be at least $1.8 billion. More big numbers, as retrieving the $3 billion owed to creditors following the collapse of Three Arrows Capital is much easier said than done, new court documents show. A presentation reveals that liquidators have only made modest progress since the doomed hedge fund collapsed earlier this year. About $35 million in fiat has been retrieved that was being held in Singaporean banks, alongside $2.8 million following the forced redemptions of investments. What's more, about 60 different types of cryptocurrencies have been identified and seized, but their exact value is unclear. An interesting development concerns efforts to recover $30 million from selling a superyacht called Much Wow, which coincidentally gives me much secondhand embarrassment. And finally, Bitcoin is on the road to irrelevance, at least according to a blog post from the European Central Bank. In an opinion piece, authors pointed to how the world's biggest cryptocurrency has plunged from a nice $69,000 to just $17,000 in 1 year. For Bitcoin proponents, the seeming stabilization signals a breather on the way to new heights. More likely, however, it is an artificially induced last gasp before the road to irrelevance, and this was already foreseeable before FTX went bust and sent the Bitcoin price to well below $16,000. Ulrich Binsale and Jürgen Schaff said that a flurry of technological shortcomings mean that Bitcoin transactions are cumbersome, slow, and expensive, and the digital asset isn't even suitable as an investment. And speaking of cumbersome, slow, and expensive, my ex-wife, hey! Geez, I'm such a hack. Maybe I'm the one who stole $515 million from FTX. Seriously, you're all right. What's also all right is liking this video, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and clicking on that little bell icon to get buzzed whenever a new Crypto Espresso video goes live. And what'd you think about today's video? Give me those comments because I read them and I might just shout out my favorites in a future episode. Questions about our headlines or crypto in general? Ask Alex in that description below. Alex is also a great resource for all things Web3 and the metaverse, and that about does it for today. Again, I've been your host, Andrew. These have been your headlines, and we'll see all of you tomorrow. Much wow.